Welcome. So I'm Lauren from Marion, Hawaii, and slight delay. Now it's good. It was yes. So excited to have you here. So everyone, aloha. We have Kelehua Kawai here, one of our officiants from Marion, Hawaii, here to talk about how to personalize your wedding ceremony. So why don't you let us know what you have seen couples do to personalize their ceremony and make it a little bit more special?
Okay. I always hope that couples know that the sky's the limit. It's their special day. It's one of the most important days and memories of their lifetime. And so I want them to always, feel the freedom to make it whatever they want to. And of course, I think the first thing that most people, well, not most, but a lot of couples do is write their own vows. But when I first meet with a couple, what I'll do is I'll ask, do you have your own vows or are you following my lead? And I like to ask that question because I feel like it gives them the freedom to, of course, tell me, yes, we have our own vows. And so I'll say, okay, great, and I'll tell them where we're going to incorporate it or ask where they'd like to incorporate it into the ceremony. But it also gives couples the freedom to say, no, we want to follow your lead, because some folks, they're not comfortable writing their thoughts and their feelings, and they want their officiant to kind of take care of them, So by asking them, do you want to follow my lead? I feel like it gives them that freedom to follow my lead and kind of let me take care of them, so to speak. But with writing your own vows, of course, that's a way to personalize it. And I've seen, of course, both partners write their own vows. And then I've seen it where just one does, and the other person is totally shy, does not want to say a word, especially if they have guests there. So, I've seen different things happen, but always very special and unique.
Yeah, great, great. How about incorporating, say people's culture or family into the ceremony? How about that?
Sure. It's been fun as an officiant to be a part of so many different types of ceremonies of people, amazing couples from all over the world and here in Hawaii. And so a lot of times folks want to incorporate something that's a part of their culture, something their parents did, and they'll share with me, we'd like to do this. So for example, I've seen the jumping the broom ceremony, um, or the coins, cord, and veil ceremony, and of course, beautiful Hawaiian elements incorporated into the ceremony that make it very special and unique for that couple, because that's something that's special to them, their culture, their background, where they come from. And I think it helps make their day more memorable, and oftentimes too for the family and guests, friends that have come, because it's special for them. That's their culture too a lot of the time.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, and I know a lot of times, especially if couples are eloping, they'll ask, you to be a part of the ceremony, possibly to do a reading that, maybe in other times it might um, be a friend who would do it or somebody in the wedding party or, something else. Tell me about how, as an officiant, you might have taken a more um, active role in the ceremony.
Sure. So I think most officiants have their general ceremony that they'll carry out, especially when given permission to do so. With couples who don't have anything in mind and they're trusting the officiant to take care of the entire thing from start to finish. And then, of course, there's requests, special requests that I'll get far in advance or up to 5 minutes before the ceremony begins. And it'll come to me through phone calls, emails, texts, and it's all kinds of things, all kinds of really neat special requests that will personalize their ceremony and make them feel like it's theirs. And so, for example, some folks will send me a poem or a special reading that has some wonderful significance from their past or from the development of their relationship over time, a memory that they've written about, and they'll send it to me and say, can you please incorporate this into the ceremony? And so I'll look at my ceremony and kind of decide, okay, this will come in nicely right about here, maybe before the ring exchange or the lei exchange and so forth. And so it's always a joy to include those things because I know how much it means to them. Other examples are special scripture from the Bible. And there was one ceremony where I got to hold the Bible of the bride's mother, and the mom had passed away. And so they wanted me to hold it during the ceremony. Other special items, you know, that belong to a family member or to themselves. I'm happy really to do anything that will make them feel special, you know, during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds really amazing. And, you know, that's what makes all the ceremonies unique and different and special. And, you know, like you said, it could be similar elements, but it is unique to that individual couple.
Absolutely. And you mentioned this earlier, folks that are eloping and coming to Hawaii for their weddings. I've shared this before, but to me, it's such an honor to have people want to get married in Hawaii. And I know the obvious reasons, you know, it's an incredible state and beautiful, but it just feels special to be a part of their ceremony and that they've come here and kind of they've put their trust in us to give them a special memory and a special day in a beautiful place. And oftentimes couples want to learn a little bit about the Hawaiian culture while they're here and to incorporate that into their ceremony. Countless times I've been told just how much those Hawaiian elements meant to them and how, in fact, there are Hawaiian vows that I'll have couples speak to one another. And I always say, don't worry, follow my lead, repeat after me. I promise to go slow. You know, they always giggle. And then I go slow and they speak, it's Olelo Hawaii, Hawaiian language to one another. And then I translate it for them. And then eventually a ceremony ends, they go home, and oftentimes I'll get an email saying, hey, can you send us the Hawaiian vows that we spoke to one another? We want to frame it. I've had one person say they want to make a tattoo. So, you know, it's really special. And there are multiple types of Hawaiian elements that can be incorporated, you know. Yeah.
That sounds really amazing. Well, thank you for that. And it sounds really great. And, you know, we're so excited to have you on the team. And we're excited to get back to doing weddings. And, you know, for anybody out there, if you have any questions about personalizing your ceremonies, you know, just let us know.
Yes. Thanks for having me, Lauren.
Yeah, thank you very much. And take care. And until next time.
Aloha.
Aloha. Bye-bye.
Bye.